Hey, cuz. Hey, Sheila. History whatsoever. One day I might get rid of you, but herpes are forever. So please put this condom on. Sorry if it kills the mood and kind of kills your heart on. You'll have to get me wetter, and the sex might not feel better, but I will feel much better if you put this condom on. Hey y'all, thanks for joining me. A cute little song I found on the internet. It is, her name is Erica Lutzig. I think I'm pronouncing it right. And it speaks to tonight's topic. I want to know, fellas, like, why you don't want to wear the condoms, okay? Her name is Erica Lustig, and that was the condom song. So, okay. So she is on YouTube, and I like it. And it, like I said, it goes right to tonight's topics. Okay. So, hey, y'all, like I said, thanks for being here. And as always, a reminder to keep wearing your mask and keep social distancing. If we keep doing it, we may be able to be outside this summer. Okay. So my friend called me mad because he has gotten someone pregnant, and he blamed her for their error in conceiving. And so I asked him, did he wear a condom? And he said no, that she said she was on birth control. And they all say that. You know, and some actually are on birth control. You know, no birth control is 100%. But I was like, why would you not wear a condom? Even if she was taking something, and I'm not saying she tricked him, but why not still wear a condom? Because they help prevent, first off, the spread of STDs, and wearing a condom would add extra protection when trying to prevent the exact outcome that has now occurred, a pregnancy. Now, fellas, you are the controller of the sperm, which makes the babies. So why not try your best to not have a baby by doing any and everything that you could to do to prevent an unwanted pregnancy? And the first thing my friend said was, I can't believe she got me caught up in this shit like this. And that's what started my thought process. You made the baby. She just received it. And whether she was or wasn't on birth control, you didn't do anything to try to stop a pregnancy. So, hey y'all, we talking nasty tonight. It's not nasty. So fellas, I asked this question. If you don't want a baby, why won't you wear a condom? I have heard many reasons for why you all don't want to wear them. It doesn't feel the same. Well, yes, it does. And even if it doesn't, safe sex is better than no sex. Because with me, I don't do anything without a condom, okay? The condom is too tight by a bigger size. The condom is too big by a smaller size. One guy told me that he doesn't wear condoms because he believes that the government is putting the diseases inside of the condoms, and that is how STDs are being spread. And no, I am not making that up. Someone actually said that to me, and he wholeheartedly believed it. And I thought, this guy is stupid as hell, and I immediately stopped talking to him. Some people don't use condoms because they don't know how to properly put one on. I'm sure you can figure it out. I'm sure out there on the internet there are tutorials. So that is not an excuse. Some say it takes away from the intimacy of the act. Well, if we're naked, I don't think it gets any more intimate than that. And another reason is people, usually women, are afraid to make the guy wear one or are afraid to bring it up. So lack of communication or fear. is a reason. And that shouldn't be a reason, because if you're having sex with someone and you can't talk about sex with that person, you probably shouldn't be having sex with that person. And that's a problem right there. And it's also a conversation for another time. Because right now I'm talking to the fellas. And guys, you need to step up and wear a condom, or you risk the chance of having a baby or an STD. And when you get up, when you get up one of which you could be stuck with, one of which you could be stuck with for the rest of your life. Hey, Latrell, and it's just for like a few minutes of pleasure, 10 minutes or so, depending on what's going on. You know, could be longer, could be shorter, but if that 10 minutes is going to affect you for the rest of your life, and a simple act of wearing a protective layer could stop that from happening, I don't know why you wouldn't do it. And I'm sure it's not going to be really worth all of it. And mom and dad, you could give them condoms to all your kids, the girls, the boys. I have one friend, he had 5 sons and 1 daughter, and she ended up pregnant at 15. And he said he never talked to her about sex. And I was like, well, why? He's like, well, I figured her mother would do that. And, you know, she's pregnant. Kai says, guys I know have said they don't wear condoms because the chick told them she was on birth control. And that is exactly why, for the most part, that my friend is having a baby with someone that he doesn't want to be having a baby with. But yet and still, he did nothing to prevent it. To even help to prevent the situation, okay? So moms and dads, you could give those kids condoms. And yes, this may be uncomfortable, but it could save their lives. And it could prevent an unwanted pregnancy, which results in a baby that you may very well end up taking care of yourself, parents. Nobody wants to talk about sex, but everybody is having sex. And you especially don't want to talk about sex with your children or with your grandchildren. I have brought condoms for my grandson when he was going for condoms. And no, I didn't want to, but I did. And I asked him what kind did he want. Kaisha says, you ain't never gave me no darn condoms. No, I never gave you condoms, but we had the sex talk, and I asked you, and I'm not sure that I didn't give you condoms. I'm not really sure. Maybe I didn't, but I asked you if you wanted some. Now tell me I didn't. And I asked you if you wanted birth control. Okay? You shouldn't have been having sex. No, I'm just playing. You do what you want to do. Like I said, I asked him, what kind do you want? Trojan, Magnum, glow in the dark, ribbed for her protection, for her pleasure? Just tell me and I will buy them. And to me, it showed him that this is serious and important. Kathleen says, and keep you from getting something you can't get rid of, or something that will get rid of you. Exactly. Like I said, buying my grandson condoms showed him that this was serious and important, and that I cared about him. And because, believe me, just because you are uncomfortable and not wanting to talk about it, that doesn't stop them from doing it. That does not stop them from having sex. And lack of knowledge just makes it a worse situation, okay? Talk to your kids and make sure they have an understanding of the situation out there. So, and fellas, I will say this again. Whatever reason you have for not wearing a condom, the reasons for wearing one far outweigh it. And when you're giving half your check for a baby you didn't want or wasn't ready for, you will find yourself saying, should have used a condom. Those words will come out of your mouth somewhere during the point of these 18 years while you're paying child support. Or when your tax return is taken and you thought you were going to use that money for something fun, like some new Jordans or some weed or a good bottle of cognac, yeah, you're going to say, I should have wore a condom. Those words will come to your mind. They'll come out of your mouth. Especially, you got 18 years for 10 minutes of pleasure, 30 minutes of pleasure, an hour of pleasure. You have 18 years of having to deal with this situation, or you have a STD that is going to be with you for the rest of your life. Latrell says, preach, you're telling the truth. Reasons for wearing a condom: they prevent the spread of STDs. Let me say that again. They prevent the spread of STDs. And getting up and knowing that you didn't get a disease is a great feeling, okay? And did you know that these new strains of STDs are becoming penicillin resistant? There's only one form of penicillin now that is curing these STDs. Kathleen says, would have, could have, should have, shaking my head. Okay. So the penicillin, the STDs are resistant to the penicillin, meaning there will be no shot that you can get because the STD is stronger than the shot. And Veronica says, AIDS is still prevalent. Yes, it is. And AIDS is killing people. And do not think that AIDS is just a gay man's disease. It is not. It is women, after gay men, women are the number one contractor of AIDS being spread from a lot of men that go back and forth and are not wearing condoms. Let's just say that. Okay. There is no cure. STDs, there's no cure for some of these. Condoms also add an extra layer of protection in preventing pregnancy. Nothing is 100%, but it sure does help. Also, you should definitely wear a condom if you just met her, if this is a one-night stand, if you are married or in a relationship and you cheating. Because there is nothing worse than coming home to your spouse saying you got your side piece pregnant, when if you would have been wearing a condom, that might not have happened. I mean, we ain't talking about you shouldn't have been out there doing it to begin with. We're not talking about that. We're talking about protecting yourself, protecting your spouse. And if you're out there having unprotected sex and you're married, we ain't even talking about a baby. You're going to come back home and possibly give something to your wife. You know, these things you must take into consideration. And my friend, if like my friend who didn't wear a condom and doesn't want a baby, and he has no idea what to do about it, and she has the final say about having that baby. Okay? You control the sperm which makes the baby, which if you stop that from getting to the part that makes the baby, she has the final say about whether or not to have that baby. So you may not want a baby, but that's up to her. The part that was up to you, you didn't take care of. Okay? So, I think you get the picture. You are the controller of the sperm, which makes the babies. So watch where you leave your sperm. Okay? And wear a condom. I can't say it any simpler. It's something so simple that you don't think that it matters, but it does. Wearing that condom stops a whole lot of stuff. Whole lot of shit can be stopped by wearing a condom. You won't get an STD. You won't get a baby. Not 100%, but you did your part in trying to prevent that. So if she is on some form of birth control, that condom just adds an extra layer of protection. And I think if the men step up and wear condoms, or ladies, if you demand that they wear one, because like I said, safe sex is better than no sex, and I think a lot of them would prefer to have some sex with a condom as opposed to no sex with the condom. And even if you're, ladies, anybody that's performing oral sex, any type of sex, wear some type of protective layer, okay? If you're performing oral sex, wear a condom. There are flavored condoms. And, you know, you can use those. There are dental dams that you can use, and I had this conversation with somebody the other day. They didn't know where to go buy one, and I was like, well, I've heard that if you use saran wrap, it provides the same functionality that a dental dam would provide, and I'm sure you have some in your kitchen cabinets. You don't have to run to the store to purchase that. I know you can purchase those things online. You don't even got to go to the store to buy your condoms or your sexual aids. You can order them online, okay? Men say that it doesn't feel the same with the condom. Can you blame them if the lady says she is on birth control? Yeah, because then you get a baby. Yeah, I can blame them. Kathleen says you can get it in your mouth, what they have down there. Absolutely, you can get it in your mouth. On both ends, you can get it in your mouth. You can get it in your rectum if you're having anal sex. Use a condom. If you're having anal sex, use a condom with lube. Which even if you're having anal sex with somebody that you know and trust, you should still wear a condom because sperm shouldn't be in your behind. That's something that I read. I did that show that time. Tiffany says, hey, Miss Jones, do both. I think that it becomes a trust issue when you aren't married. Yeah, when you aren't married. But even when you're married, some of these guys, I don't really want to talk about this, but let's look at Wendy Williams, how her husband went out here and had a baby with his side piece. He was having unprotected sex with somebody else. So she's at home thinking everything's okay, and it's not. He's out here doing it with somebody else. He could have brought her anything, He could have brought her anything, but I'm not really talking about her. I'm talking about the fact that you need to protect. Y'all having sex and you're not married. So anyway, yeah, I think a lot of people do that. They have sex and they're not married. But if they're doing that, I don't care if you're married or single or whatever. If you're in a trusting, loving relationship, then that's fine. But if you step out of your relationship in any way, shape, or form, please wear a condom. Respect the sanctity of your marriage. Please wear a condom. Fellas, it is up to you to put a Jimmy hat on your thingy, okay? Let's just say it like that, all right? That way, you're slowing down the spread of STDs, and you're slowing down you're slowing down unwanted pregnancies. Kaisha says, if a guy's nickname is Raw Dog, does that mean he had unprotected sex all the time? God, I hope not, because we know whose nickname that was. Okay. All right. So enough sperm talk. It's time to talk about my book, which does mention sperm, but that's different. Y'all silly. That's different. We're talking about my book, Ain't Always for Apple. And yes, it does mention sperm a time or two. Okay. It's an erotic alphabet book intended to help adults that struggle with reading start their learn to read journey. It's a sexy way to help with their learn to read journey. And whether you can read or not, you will learn something. And book 2 is almost done. And I plan on going real sexy with that one. Kathleen said, are we not allowed to use adult language when talking about human anatomy? Yeah, I use adult language. I mean, it's not a matter of that. I just said it like that. But I have no problem saying penis and vagina. Okay. But, yeah, I was just trying to put a lighthearted spin on it. All right. I am almost done with book 2, and I plan on going real sexy and raunchy, I guess, with it, I guess. So stay tuned. All right. So, that is going to do it for me. Please wear a condom, y'all. Let's and if my grandson happens to listen to this, if you need me to buy you some more condoms, I will, because I do not want to be anybody's great grandmother at this young age. Okay. Thank you, Tiffany. So I am going to, I want us to still stay safe. We need to continue to stay safe because, like I said, I miss my friends. I want to hang out this summer. I was ready to party and have a good time this last year, and that didn't occur. So this year we need to make up for it. All right. I'm praying for us because prayer does work, and you need to pray for us as well, and hopefully our prayers manifest a better situation for all of us, for the whole world. And thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye for now.